Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, August 29th, 2019. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you're so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow, and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live, which, starting next week, will be changing to Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat, as well as visit my website at otakushowboat.com, and links are below the video, regardless of where you're watching it. At least should be, regardless of where you're watching it. So, before we begin today is, I noticed, today is totally episode 69, or day 69, of the Pyanodon's playthrough, so yay! It's a number. It's a number. It's a number. A rather important number, but anyway. Also, I noticed today that the YouTube channel now has over 600 subscribers. We're at 602 at this point. That sort of just happened, so yay! Very happy to see that the channel is continuing to grow. I wish it could do the same a bit faster with Twitch, but whatever. So I will celebrate more. 600 is a pretty decent milestone at this point, but especially considering it's taken 8 years to get here. Cough, nearly 8 years to get here. Or 9 years, actually, almost, eventually. No, 8. It was September 2011 when I started really posting videos onto my YouTube channel. So, yeah, that's the thing. Finally hitting 600. Need 1,000. That's when I will be celebrating and doing special things, is once we get to 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, because 1,000, not only is that a very significant milestone for hitting that value, it's also the point in which I can apply and have monetization enabled on the videos. That is the monetization milestone. So that will be time for celebration at that point. That will be major celebration times, and like special video times and all that good stuff. But we are now a little under 400 subscribers away, so we shall see how long that ends up taking. I do want to note, however, that the difference between asking and reminding folks to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, head on over to twitch.tv, all of that at the beginning and the end of the videos. The difference in engagement has been night and day between not doing that and doing that. So if anyone watching this is a content creator themselves, don't take lightly asking people, reminding people to engage. Don't take it lightly, because doing it works. Like, clear as day. In my personal experience now, I now know from experience that it works. The difference is night and day in the rate of subscribers, the rate of likes, the rate even of follows on Twitch, which I will remind everyone right now that even if you cannot make the live streams at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. US Eastern Time on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, starting next week, or tomorrow, Friday, for this week, even if you can't make the streams live, I will ask you still, go over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow. Up to you whether or not you want to actually turn on the email notifications, but a follow's a follow, and getting affiliate requires 50 follows. I am 4 away, 4 follows away from affiliate status. So if you're watching this and you have not followed the stream, I would ask you please go over and follow the stream, even if you cannot actually watch the streams live, just so that I can get to and above the 50 subscriber mark, or the 50 follower mark for Twitch, so that I only then need to hit the average viewership requirement of 3 viewers over the course of 30 days. Now, it's weird, but the requirement for affiliate being based off of average viewership of 3 over the previous 30 days, that's a 30-day moving average. It is not based off of how much you stream during that 30 days. So the more you stream, the less value per minute a viewer has. Like, the less often you stream, the more impactful it is to have viewers come watch your stream, is I guess how I should put that. So I'm trying to strike a decent balance by reducing the amount that I'm streaming starting next week, plus being able to actually make stuff for YouTube and seek support through the other platforms that I exist on. Anyway, that is the notes. Just want to say thank you, everyone, follows and subscribers on YouTube. We're growing, continuing to grow at a rate. Let's see if we can get that rate picked up and kicked into higher gear by making these changes going forward. And a reminder as well that every follow on YouTube, on Twitch, matters for the affiliate status. Once I do hit affiliate, the number of follows won't matter as much anymore. They are, of course, incredibly important, but the exact count won't matter as much so long as it's above 50 to be affiliate. In order to get to the partner status, it is strictly how much you stream, how often you stream, and how many average views you have. You need 75 average viewers over a 30-day period to get to partner. That is the main concern, and there is no follower count requirement for that. So just need to hit 50 and be above 50 to accommodate anyone who may unfollow in the interim. So if you can, go over, leave that follow. And with that, I will now open up the game, get it going, because I have a few items on my agenda to get to. So first off, I want to note that I have continued working on my tutorial save that I will be using to go through and do like the various chains and show the various item chains. It's starting off with ores. I've got set up fully the iron, copper, and chromium/gold production at this point. And by doing this, it's giving me a lot of ideas going forward with my... Oh wow, that infinity mode updated. What did you change? Okay. Alright, whatever. Don't need to do that now because I don't have that enabled. I'm using that mod for the tutorial save. But anyway, today is the 69th stream. I will load up, I will switch over my scene, and I will say that we are doing Molten Chromium. first thing today. Last time, just to briefly review, I set up ethylene glycol and additional hydrogen chloride production. That was the main thing after finishing up the high-grade lead and silver production. I also noted that I did modify my blueprint for my grid a little bit so that I am no longer using any medium power poles in that blueprint. I also have a 2x2 blueprint for my grid, which theoretically tiles fine, despite little bits of errors here and there. So I looked at iron, and it's not as bad as I was thinking to go up to high-grade iron. The biggest pain, I think, across the board in the higher levels of ore processing is that it will require non-zero amounts of oleochemicals. Now, as I've mentioned before, oleochemicals only has one means of obtaining it. Only one way to get oleochemicals, and it's through lard and nichrome. And it gives you some glycerol, and glycerol will be needed in some steps of some stuff or whatever. But that nichrome, though, and the amounts of oleochemicals that you need is a massive pain in the rear end. For high-grade iron, you need this stuff called xylenol, but that is not that bad because you could make it directly from tar. 300 units of tar, actually, to process as much iron as I want to process. Even the petroleum sulfonates are fine that get used in that. And the Aramac 12 is okay, although it does also use oleochemicals. So, oleochemicals get used a lot, in particular in the high-grade iron production. But what I wanted to do today at the start, actually, where is the vehicle? The main vehicle is down there, so I will grab this vehicle, go down to main vehicle, and go from there. Am I carrying around? I am not. So actually, step one, of course, is grab me some... Is it electric arc? Yes, it's electric arc furnaces to make the molten, and then it will be casting units to cast the chromium. I don't need to do any additional changes to my chromium at this point in time in order to get molten. And the reason for that is... Oh, come on. Do the thing. The reason for that is molten chromium. Right now I have the ability to make it out of reduced 99.9% chromium. I cannot make reduced yet because you need circuit 3s now to make the building to do the reduction. And they are... They're neat little buildings, by the way. Just a big boom. Big crush. Big crush. Straight down. These guys, the direct reduction plants. Sinter units, that's another thing. Pyanodon. You can't do sintering, period, until utility science. Why can't I make sinter units now with circuit board 1s? I can make sinter units now. In fact, you know what? Because I know that I've just said that and that he'll watch this and then change it to circuit 3s or worse, I'm totally gonna plop down this bad boy right now. And make some, because once they're made, even if the recipe changes, I'll have them. Once they're made, I have them. I'm gonna make the whole dang thing of them. As many as possible before you change this recipe, because this recipe must be changed. Because you shouldn't even be able to have this recipe until you get up to being able to center at utility science. There's literally nothing. As far as I can tell, there's quite literally nothing that can be centered before utility science, which is yellow science, by the way, yellow. So it's really weird that this is a T1 building, basically. It's a red science building, with classifiers and steel and circuit boards. This is a red science recipe that the building is only used for utility science stuff. It's strange. Okay? It's strange. I don't know why it exists in its current form in this way. I mean, it's a really cool, high-techy building, but yeah, no recipes currently available for it. It also, this is the other thing. You also need to give it fuel, outside fuel, which it's like, okay. Gosh, I should have made the reduction plants before I pointed out the same exact issue with that center units have, because direct reduction plants also were T1 stuff, and I said that it shouldn't be T1 stuff, and they became not T1 stuff. I should have taken the opportunity, because I could have made now reduced chromium, but now I can't. Anyway, this will use borax and graphite and carbon dioxide. I have plenty of carbon dioxide to do this molten chromium. Now, as far as the molten chromium is concerned, oh come on, don't crash into everything as the performance tanks. I have many things. There are many alloys. I think 3 alloys in total that use chromium. I think. There's at least 2. There's Ferrochromium Alloy and Nichrome, at minimum, that use chromium. In fact, I'll do a search for Molten Chromium so that we can see it gets used in 3. In Ferrochromium, Nichrome, and Tin Chromium Alloy. Those are the 3 alloys. The most important one here is the Nichrome, for the current phase of the game that I'm in. Done in Advanced Foundries, but needs a lot of molten nickel. I cannot stress enough how much molten nickel this actually is. A single standard Advanced Foundry, I think, is something along the lines of... It's like most of what a single nickel throughput belt can give you. It's rather insane. It's way, way more than a single casting unit of nickel, which is crazy. Single casting unit at Mark 1 is 12.5 molten, gives you like 6.5 out of plates. This thing uses like 40 per second to get 5 nichrome on the nickel side of things. So it's really heavy on the nickel. Really, really heavy on the nickel. You are choking on syngas. Let's fix that. I've got coal gas. Like, I've got all the coal gas I could ever desire. So, I could, if I had gasifiers on me, I do. I think it's gasifiers anyway. Yep. Take coal gas and oxygen, which I have both. And make some syngas out of it. So I will do that. Coal gas. Let's do it here. Here's the coal gas. I just want to make sure that I'm not limited as badly on the actual ore input. That would be a worst case scenario. 2 of these would give me like 133, and 4 of these are using 300. I'm pretty sure I should have enough syngas even by doing these. This also gives a little bit of tar. Should I add that to my tar line? I think so. Yes. Alright, oxygen is there. Yes. This will be fine. There's the oxygen, and then water is just a simple matter. I have to bear in mind that line. There's everything. Also have to deal with ash. I have a line of ash. I don't... It is backed up. So this will need a couple of burners. Actually, just 1 burner, I think. No, 2 burners. 2 burners, fuel for the burners. I'll do it here, I suppose. They can share. Fuel for the burners. I should have stuff here that can be brought up. Glorious Coke. Let's use these. There's that. For that, and... grab a thingy, sinkhole. 1 is fine. Go out here, we'll go this. And power. And power. That will take care of all of the ash. Give me the syngas. I absolutely have the coal gas for this. I'm like backed up actually and venting lots of coal gas. So this is easy. I could have my bots come in and place even more of this. Might have to scale up the ash burning, though. Or, you know, do... that and that. Just to appease people. Also, can I do these? I could, but I don't need to because I've got all the coal gas I could ever desire. So this should help drastically, or dramatically, the output from these current ground borers. Oddly enough, it will actually limit me on the thingies here, which are actually being limited by steel. Huh. What else is using a lot of steel down here? Well, I think overall I just need more stuff. Stuff is required. Is that just straight up the output? I think that's just the output, yeah, of the two. So, Ferrochromium Alloy is going to be the first item that gets moved over to use the Molten Chromium. The first alloy that I can do, the only alloy I can currently do. The Molten Nickel, while I can do it, it's gonna take some time. I haven't decided if I want to try and, or if I can even go up to high-grade nickel. Looks like I can, but biofilm. Yeah, biofilm using rayon is the limiting thing. I'm going to assume that it's not a lot of biofilm. That the biofilm is basically a filter type thing to get into the high-grade nickel. Well, duh, it's in a filter. Like, duh. It's in a filter, buddy. And then you can use the... I can do high grade to molten, and that might help a little bit on the amount of nickel I need for... for nichrome. However, what is my current nickel line? Oh! I didn't even realize. I am currently doing molten nickel out of G4. Huh. Yeah, that's a thing. I didn't even realize that I was doing molten out of G4. I don't think it needs this many, does it? Is that 9? Yeah, that is 9. So after G4, there's pulp. Well, there's prepared nickel, and then there's pulp 1 that can then get converted into more molten, and that's what I was thinking about doing. So I guess I could do that, and then I can do the transition quite easily. I would need... What would I need? I would need to bring in sulfuric acid, I think. Sulfuric acid, and I forget what else. Prepared nickel. Pulp out of G4 needs sulfuric acid and hydrocyclones, and then pulp 1 is limestone and salt. So I would need limestone and salt. Well, limestone is power. Easy. The salt, though, is also easy, but I would prefer... I would prefer to make it locally. I would bring in my line of salt water to do that. I would bring in my saline to do it, even though I know there's salt right here. There be salt here. Remember that my goal with the base currently, the current goal with the base is to stop using the ore patches for mining ores and the nodes. Stop wherever possible, everywhere possible, using those nodes. At current tech level, which is blue science tech level, full blue science, I only need rare earth. I technically only need rare earth mining, because there's literally no other way to get rare earth ore or rare earth oxides outside of mining the rare earth. That's the one and only thing that you must mine. And then the other thing that I currently cannot get is the phosphate rocks. These guys. So phosphate rocks have a recipe to get them that I have access to, but it needs bioreactors, and bioreactors are locked behind nanotechnology. So I can't do this until production science. I think nanotech is production science. But I will need phosphate rocks, specifically for this phosphorus pentasulfide. What is phosphorus pentasulfide used for? Well, it's used in this Aerofloat 15, along with cressylic acid, which comes from creosote, phenol, and nexylate. This I can make just fine. It's the phosphorus pentasulfide that I could make. It's the rocks that are the pain in the rear to do through this recipe, actually. Like, this is not that great of a recipe. I don't really like this recipe very much because it's a lot of collagen. And collagen, only one way to get it, through urea, skin, acetic acid, and steam. But it's technically possible to not have to use ancient remains. Technically possible. Which, yeah, that's my theme going forward, is to do things in this way. Alright, this coal is fine still to feed this, to keep this going. So, I have molten nickel, which is fantastic. I didn't realize that I had that. But anyway, for now, let's have a look here. So, what is my current process that I'm doing? I am going the route of G4 chromite. That is what I am currently doing. Can I do high-grade chromite? I think so. Or whatever the equivalent is. Guess it's not high-grade, it's, right, it's a whole bunch of pulps. It's high chromite. High chromite from pulp 1 and Aerofloat 15. So that's what the Aerofloat's used in. That requires the phosphates and all that. So there's Aerofloat. Is it worth doing this recipe right now? Looks like I can do processed as well. And the whole pulp chain. Yes, to 5 to 7 to sand from 7. It all ends up as sand, by the way. It all ends up as sand, and then sand can go into reduced. This is the chromium chain can be customized in a variety of ways, because you can just skip a whole bunch of it. I will not be doing this transition into the high chromite / the pulp 7 chromium sand. Primarily because I want to do that when I am on the bot base area. So basically, when I expand and I move all of this stuff to the bot-based section of the base. So currently, out of G4, I am making how much? 13 of these? Over 15 per second? Isn't it supposed to be like 14 of these? I don't know. Don't know. It looks like it's all getting... You're having issues. Alright. Tell you what. Let's pull in some of my red belt. Because I have plenty of red belt. Pull in a few stacks. 4 stacks of it. I have... Oh, I don't have the splitters. Interesting. Why do I not have the splitters? That's so weird. Well, anyway, I'm going to do electric arc furnaces. Do I have any of my graphite nearby? I'm not... I should, actually, have graphite. Well, I have, apparently, a line that is the means to make graphite. Nearby, I have the means for it. But the actual graphite itself is nowhere to be seen. Besides on the bus itself. Ah, the bus itself. Oh, it's backed up. Wait, where is it? Ah, here. Right here. It goes down from there, so I have to bring it over and up. So from here, here, over, and then up. That can work. I've also got the limestone here already. Yeah, this should be good. I know that I do, however, need to figure out a spot to put this. That is a good idea. Where will I put this? If I consign myself to saying that this will only exist in its current form, trying to move 15 items per second of the ore, it's borax and graphite. When I change this to molten... Oh, the molten won't need... They'll need the sand castings, it won't need the limestone anymore. And that's fine. I do need to, however, have the CO2, and I will need to bring borax in. So borax needs to come in. And that's it. I'm gonna try and leave this line without touching it. I need to process, what was that, 18? Or more than 15, so 5. Yep, that is that. How's those do? Why is there none on the way? Oh, because I'm not in my network. That would be the reason. Here they come. They're going to pick this up from me now, or deliver it now. I just have to sit here. Oh, I didn't change cars. I was going to change cars. Oh, that is so convenient. Oh my goodness, that's so convenient. Why am I saying that's so convenient? Because the whole stupid chromium chain, going up to all the chromium pulps. The chromite pulps, I should say. The various steps. We've got organic solvent. We've got the pulp 2 comes from that's water into pulp 3 into pulp 4, which is methanol, so I would need methanol. Pulp 4 goes into 6 with tar. What's convenient is that I have that organic solvent line out here. Chromite solution. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with that chromite solution yet besides make chromite sand out of it. It goes with gold processing. That's another thing to note. Processing 15 items per second of chromium ore with the gold split. If you're actually going to use your solution to do the gold chain, you end up with like 1 gold plate per second or less than 1 gold plate per second in the whole chain. And you're limited by your ability to use chromium, to actually use your chromium. So, thinking about it logically, or just thinking about it in general, it is significantly easier to just eat the, like, 20 megawatts per particle accelerator and convert silver into gold. It's far easier to convert silver into gold, as far as I'm concerned, because you just get so little out of using chromium to get it. And you can't even do that until, what is it? It's production science. So you can't even get any... Oh, here comes the red belt, slowly but surely. You can't even get any gold through chromium until production science, but I can get gold through particle accelerators right now. Gold plate. And soot. I could get it through soot, but through particle accelerators. Silver and gold. Proton donors are boron plus crystallographic substrate. Boron, big chain to get to it. Refined syngas, hydrogen chloride, whatever, that's fine. Boron mixture, trioxide dust, aluminium, and acetylene, that's fine. Dust from trioxide, well, we've already sort of said, like, hey, it's acid and coke is free, and boric acid from diborane, from Apparently the boron gives you a little bit back of the diborane from borax, from raw borax, which can be ground bored. Straight up, ground bored. It will use drilling fluid 1 without my mod making it lubricant, so as far as I remember, I think. It would be nice to be lubricant for the borax, but anyway. That I consider somewhat free. And as for the crystallographic substrate, 2 L's there. As for the crystallographic substrate itself, it's a bit of rayon and cermet and propene. And hey, it's our friend Nichrome! It's our friend Nichrome again. Oh, joy. Our friend Nichrome. It's used for all the really, really, really important crap. All the incredibly important stuff needs Nichrome. Including the better iron chain. Which, by the way, I've made note of every single thing that I'm going to need to get up to high-grade iron. And I calculated out it will be somewhere along the lines of a little bit under 200 per second of iron molten, which I think is at least a 50% bonus over what I currently have. At least 50% more. Okay, let's see. I have the red belt now. What I don't have, though, is the splitter. Bring me splitters. In fact, I will drive up because I'm going to need the splitter to do belt balance. Need that belt balancing done. Let's go. Meet up with my Logibots as they bring the splitters to me. Just to make this go a little bit faster. Want to get through this so that I can get the ferrochromium done and maybe tweak my nickel a little bit, but definitely will be able to start doing a little bit of the nichrome through molten. That's really what I want to do, is nichrome through molten. Here's the splitters coming. That's only 6, though. Where's all the rest? Come on, buddies. Bring me my splitters. There's a whole bunch. 42. 46. 50. These guys are carrying 4 items. Wow. Alright, so let's head back down. I'm tempted to just go around across the board and do the high grade step for all of the ore types, or equivalent of high grade, for all of the ore types that let you do that. Unfortunately, what I have set up on molybdenum is the only molybdenum chain. That's all that exists for it, so which is rather unfortunate. It's like half a plate per second out for yellow belt in on molybdenum, but or molybdenite, or whatever. Anyway, but there are a whole bunch of other ore types that have a high grade or a high grade equivalent to make use of. So you're gonna die. I'm going to have to clear some stuff. red. That cleaned out fast. Wait, why? Oh, contamination. This one on the end wasn't even working the whole time. The entire time. Okay. I have to bring this in here. I also need borax and graphite. They can share a line, and they don't need to be red. This needs to be red. And I needed the red splitter in particular. I think there's a better way to do that, but anyway. Really? There we go. Will I need more than one? I think so. Like 80-ish, maybe? Chromium? Molten chromium sounds like a good deal to me. Let's see, that will be for the mixed line in. The mixed line in will be run like so. Borax and graphite. Yes, yes. Need to have the borax in, but that's about it. There we go. Now to get the CO2. Which exists all the way right here. No longer needed in these. In fact, I need to break this line. May as well leave this intact. May as well leave this intact. Just because I'll still need the sand castings. I may... Well, I will eventually if I increase the stuff. Increase the efficiency, we'll need the limestone. Alright, graphite and borax. Well, graphite and borax should both exist over here. I've got a graphite and I've got a sand casting plus borax right here. That contamination, that was contamination of some description. Is there a way? Ta-da! I hate doing this way, but that's how you can do it. That is how you can do it. In a way that works. There we go. That will make molten. Now I need to get the molten out and up. And yes, I understand that I already had pipe here. Why am I doing this way? Oh, and then I sort of want to make sure that I don't, like, use absolutely all of it. I don't need even remotely close to this many casting units. In fact, I also should have... Oh, I'm not carrying around any of my Mark II casting units, but I do have Mark II casting units. 87.5, let's have a look at... And... Oh, I'm not... Of course I'm not. I'm not carrying around one of these guys either. Yes, take stuff. Hello. Hello, Overclock. I'm just making molten chromium, don't mind me. Don't mind me while I'm making molten chromium and waiting on doohickeys. I'm waiting on doohickeys. Waiting on my robots to bring me things. Also, I want more extension to my base. To my base. So I hadn't realized that I had molten nickel. Performance. I hadn't realized that I did actually have set up molten nickel through this rather spaghetti type setup to get molten nickel. This is fun calculating, by the way. Freaking multi-step geometric series on nickel processing. Excuse me. But I'm doing G4 directly into nickel at the moment. I could do something a little bit better if I brought in sulfuric acid and saline water to convert into salt, as well as have some limestone out here. That would be more molten for the input. More molten for the input. Do I have these yet? Still waiting? Still waiting. Also, apparently, I am... Oh, yeah. Once the chromium gets going again, apparently I'll be limited by my steel on my drill heads, which is equally annoying. In fact, it's so equally annoying that I'm just going to be like, hey, all of you go out here so that I always have enough drill heads, please. Because that's my limiting factor on the chromium now. Because I also went ahead, relatively first thing today, was set up some Additional syngas production. Glorious syngas production. Alright, where are these buildings? Please bring me these buildings. I only really need one of these buildings, but one is better than 0. Jeez, how far back are you? My robots. Oh, hello. Hello, things. Oh. Oh, you're just taking stuff away. You're not bringing me stuff. Oh, there's that construction bot. There's a construction bot. Yeah, you've got belts. Oh, auto-saving. 188 hours. Thus far. I will also remind folks today is the 69th day. Yes, it is the 69th day of Pyanodons of this playthrough. Assuming I haven't made a very terrible mistake in my counting, my ability to count. Yeah, so today's 69. Woohoo. Let's head on back down. Actually, where do I want to do this? That is a good question. Where am I currently doing Nichrome? On the bus. Because that would be where I should do this. So where is my little high-pressure furnace doing Nichrome? How far down? Here. You are Nichrome. You also require nitrogen. Right. Now I remember why Nichrome's such a pain in the rear. Oh, joy. So the Nichrome from standard plates needs nitrogen. Yet the Nichrome from molten does not. So the Nichrome from molten, look at this, just to get 7.5 Nichrome out versus 0.4, really? To get 7.5 Nichrome out in this one machine, sand castings plus molten nickel plus molten chromium does not require any nitrogen whatsoever. None. I also would like... How much? 10. Good. Evened... No, not there. In fact, you know what? Screw it. We're doing an output via loader. Done. In fact, you don't even need to exist anymore. This will be glorious. Just need some sand castings. If I modify this belt and clean it up, I can switch it over to my sand casting line just fine. Now, where is that sand casting line? Right there. Don't think I need to hold on to that wet scrubber. Actually, yes, I do. Like, actually, I think it might be a good idea, because wet scrubbers will be used for some things. No, keep those. Yep. What do I want to get rid of? Oh my goodness. That is so frustrating. I want all of my things. I want all my things. Oh, goodness gracious. Get rid of the wood. I don't need the wood. Guess I don't need the radars either. Oh, goodness gracious. Maybe I should stop holding on to 2K of these. Maybe like 500. Don't quite think I need 2K. Let's, clear up some of this. Yeah, whatever. Chest of crap. Something stored somewhere. Some things stored somewhere. I guess I had a chest with belt somewhere nearby. Oh, come on. Don't make me pick up all of this sand. I can't get the exact pixel to frickin'... Alright. I've resigned myself. There. Sometimes picking stuff up off belts is frustrating, kitty. Yeah, big yawn. Big yawn next to me. No, I've got the kitty cat sitting right next to me on the desk. Sleeping, resting comfortably, right? Ideally, resting comfortably. So, molten nickel and molten chromium will be required. So this will be interesting. Well, let's actually get the molten moving. That'd be great. Yeah, let's have this actually, you know, move. CO2, go. Do the thing. Do the glorious thing. Also, that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on not being able to use productivity modules here. Oh, hello. La-di-da. So that was 60, right? Or 40? How much was that? How much do I need for Nichrome again? Oh, come on. Place the thing! 60 for Nichrome. Okay. I'm making like 80. 87-ish, or 85-ish, so 80 something minus 60. 80 minus 60 is 20. I guess that means I'm doing 2 of these in total. Just in total, 2 of these. That's only 6.25. Do I really only want to do 2 of these? Do I really only want to do 2 of these? And then what about, like, the concept of this? That sounds like a concept. This sounds like a better concept. How about this? We do overflow. Overflow and have like 5. That sounds like a plan to me. Boink, boink, boink. Congratulations, this works. Say hello to red belt, or yellow belt of chromium. Yeah, yellow belt of chromium. Full yellow belt of chromium out of full-ish yellow belt of ore. Wait, I don't have any ore. Oh, right. Fudge. Yeah. See, lack of chromium means lack of drill heads means lack of chromium. That's one of those things they call a feedback loop. But anyway, yeah, I like seeing that. I like seeing that a lot. So of course, the ideal situation here is that I will fully back up, that I'm overproducing on the chromium, and that I back up to the point where I then overflow the molten overflow. Oh, okay, good. Overflow the molten so I can make nichrome out of it. 'Tis the plan. 'Tis the planiest of plans. And schemes. You there. I will note that when I do increase the efficiency of the chromium even further, without using, like, going beyond the G4 chromium, I'll have definitely more than enough to feed literally all of the stuff. Car, hello. Let's, weasel our way through here. And just, like, go out a little bit, and then just decide somewhere, like, here that I'm gonna go south now. I could just follow the nickel line. In fact... Oh, right, nickel is like all the way down. Yeah, let's go. Let's go nickel hunting. Can't reach, oh noes! Aw, that's why. There be rockin' way. Yep, still further down. Still going down. Nice little copper patch here. Alright, what is the exact alignment that I want? Where do I want to do this? Actually, that is convenient. Right here. Oh wow, you use syngas too? Interesting. I may need more syngas. Anyway, just bringing this over to hook this up. I wasn't anticipating this to be the first thing that I would hook up to nickel. Oh. Right, I suppose also this should be behind a overflow valve as well. Because I've only got 3, that's 18! 18.75, are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Like, are you serious? Do I not need, like, more? Yeah, I totes need another, like, more or upgraded furnaces here. That is so little, though. So little nickel. Molten nickel. Even on the overflow, that's like non-existent amounts. Like, why did I even have 2 of these? Oh, good questions. Good questions. Yeah, I need to, like, get better buffs here. Not carrying around any, though. Better buffs to carry around. Could do the increased efficiency through Pulp 1 into Molten. What is that? It's Hydrocyclone and Agitator. Hydrocyclone, sulfuric acid, salt and limestone. So Agitator, saline, H2SO4, hydrocyclone, water. Well, that would give me more nickel. More nickel! More nickel for this. Oh, right. One other thing. Is it in U? I don't think so. I think it's in U. Nope, not U. U? No. Actual casting unit. Interesting. U. So, Ferrochromium alloy. Yeah, like, I could do 7 casting units, get 14 per second out using 7. 7 molten chromium. $35 molten iron. It's good. It's fantastic, that recipe. That's the next recipe we're doing, by the way, is that ferrochromium alloy. I will need to, however, get the molten chromium all the way out there. Now, how am I going to get it out there? Probably by bringing it down and over. I think that's going to be the plan here. Now, how am I gonna do this so that oh, graphite. I need additional graphite. Well, I do have a solution. Which thing has graphite? Yep. I did say it was a solution, right? Not like the solution, but a solution. And 9.6k, I think that fills the entire chest. Deliver 9.6k. I think that's the chest. So prepare for the all of the bots. All of the bots are about to arrive. Just gonna point that out. They are about to arrive. I'm thinking I'm going to either move this or just go down from here. Do I want to underflow valve this? Nah. No, no, no. I will not underflow valve this. I will instead... Aw, that's unfortunate. Unfreaking fortunate. Molten. Back in the car. We've got pipe to lay. I had a feeling that I just rotated a belt by mistake. Yeah, here's the thing. Even though the belt can make it, or the thingy can make it past that, I cannot get there through the car, with the car. Let's do this. Oh gosh. Yeah, not happening. Let's go this way. This way's the shorter way. Provided performance doesn't mess up my driving. Oh, by the way, I've had, like, performance issues even on my tutorial map, where it's literally just buildings for processing ores. Like, even just a single processing line of copper, like the true full copper processing line, is enough to detrimentally impact the UPS. It's rather insane, and that's the only thing that exists on the map. Yes, my pipe finder still works lovely. It is working just fine. Yep, that would be a pipe. And inserters and belts and buildings and let's not forget the power poles either. Wow, this is a big line of just clay. Interesting. So I'm just running a little bit of chromium, molten chromium, across, so that I can set up some molten-based ferrochromium alloy. I think this is going to be the point where I get out of the car. Because this is where things are going to get really interesting. Because I'm going to have to do some... Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God, that makes it all the way across. We've got, I've got a few pipes here that I'm needing. Braiding a few pipes. Oh wow, that's convenient. That's super convenient that you can exist there. That's even more... Oh, what's inconvenient is that I have to do this, like, here. Going up. Hidden on it. Then have to bring the iron as well. This is not done in electric arc furnaces. So, goodbye, electric arc furnaces. Your services are no longer required. I think this also might save on graphite. Now that I'm thinking about that. Doesn't this save graphite? Do I even have enough space for casting units? Sorta? Yeah. Let's pick up all the stuff here. So, ferrochromium. I need sand castings. Fortunately, I have sand castings like here, so not worried. By here, I mean here. I mean, like, right here. That is 5. How many of these did I want again? 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is gonna be interesting with this spacing. Alright, which side is which? That's iron, that's chromium. Might want to reverse that. Although, actually... Yep, there we go. Let's get the iron. Where is my molten iron? That's the next thing. Now I need the molten iron. Molten? Molten? Am I using all of my unslimed iron? I think I am. Yeah, I am. Oh, I'm not at my full throughput either. That's a shame. Anyways, I'll bring this up. And bring everything some power. Then, the outputs. Oh, this is gonna be so very, shall we say, fun. This will be fun. Yeah, this is not going to be very fun. There's what works, and then there's fun, and yeah, the two are not mutually exclusive. Actually, you know what? Yeah, do that. And then do that. Oh yeah, that works. Give me this extra space, please. What I'm gonna do about this, I don't even know. Oh, I know. Exactly. Ahem. Ta-da! Now, as for these, this becomes significantly easier. And then belt balance, and out we go. So, say hello to all of the Ferrochromium Alloy I could ever desire. Every single bit I could ever desire of the Ferrochromium Alloy. So that's 2 out of 3 of the chromium-based alloys. The third one is with tin, and I do not currently have molten tin whatsoever, as I pet the kitty. Okay, so I think with that, it's time to transition into other things. It is absolutely time to transition into other things. What I wanted to start doing today was set up a lard line. Yes, setting up a lard line was what I wanted. But I think I'm going to take a brief break before moving on. There's plenty of things to do next that I have on the agenda of things to do. But I want to give things a brief think for a few minutes and decide while I take a break. So I will be back in a few minutes. I have returned and have decided I'm going to do lard. Lard is what I will do at this point. Let's see. I need a car. A car, doesn't really matter which car. This car is as good as any. Let's kill off all of those. I'll just get rid of everything, sure. Yes, lard. Glorious lard. So, I have already a couple streams at this point ago. Automated lard. Well, automated the muckmo pastures for lard. Oh, and as I go through here, we'll be able to see, hey, it's Nichrome! It's Nichrome! It's moving in the non-zero amounts. It's glorious. And what's also glorious is this nice line of chromium over here. Moving right along. I'm liking what I'm seeing now. Yeah, I should have done this a long time ago with the molten chromium. I've been able to do molten chromium for quite some time, and it's purely out of chromite sand. And all you really do with the increased processing of chromium is get more and more and more chromite sand until you can then convert chromite sand into reduced chromium. In which case then you use reduced chromium to make the molten. And then once you get sintering, you then sinter the reduced chromium into sintered chromium and then make molten out of that. But while I can do reduced chromium currently, I would need circuit 3s, and circuit 3s are currently blocked by gold. Now, previously I had said that it would only be reasonable to do gold after production science. To do circuit 3s after being able to make gold from the chromium chain at production science, unlocking gold processing. But after actually looking at the outputs of the gold plates from that, I have very much firmly planted myself on the side of that is just not enough. And am firmly in the camp of absolutely do silver to gold in the particle accelerators. Absolutely 100%. And let me explain why. So, particle accelerators, A, best way of getting vanadium. B, gold plates. This one machine, okay, this one machine on that 0.8 out, that's nearly the output of a full yellow belt of chromium processing into gold plates. The chromium processing into gold plates is like just under 1 plate per second for a yellow belt in of chromium. And it's 100% a byproduct as well on the chromium chain. So in order to actually keep gold going, you have to, once you back up on your chromium, you have to void something in the chromium line after your gold byproducts in order to keep the gold going. Which is nuts. I don't like doing that. And since I already have to do that anyway with my current high-grade lead and silver processing to keep the silver going, and since chromium is used for a lot more stuff, I think it's a bit rarer, quote, rarer than lead. I don't really care so much about the lead as much as I do about the chromium. I'd rather not void the chromium stuff, to be honest. But I get a lot of silver out of it, okay? And either way, no matter how I feel about it, it's better for me to void the lead because I get a lot more silver in that chain than I do gold out of the chromium chain. I would have to end up voiding a lot more chromium to improve my gold output than I would have to void lead to improve the silver output to convert into gold. So this is ultimately going to be the best way of getting gold, in my opinion. It is a lot of power. It is 20 megawatts with full efficiency per building, but this scales, right? Like, this scales. I'm currently making, what, 20 per second silver off of my 15 per second lead ore input. something like that, and it's like 100 plates out per second. So potential for 100 plates out, which is nuts. It's nuts on the lead and the silver output in comparison to the gold output from chromium. And I will clearly go up here and just show that while I put in a request for 50 Melkmo pastures, which I should have, yep. Apparently I had 63. Oh, hit my mic. So, right up here, let's just have the look at this. So, high grade lead and silver. Assuming I have enough nichrome, cough cough. Assuming I had enough nichrome to feed the oleochemicals. Wait, I'm backed up on oleochemicals? What's the, oh, hello. Carbonyl sulfide? You, of all things, are bottlenecking this? Are you kidding me? Well, apparently carbonyl sulfide is being a bottleneck for me on this, but anyway, 100 per second. 100 per second lead and 20 silver. 20 silver. It's incredible. It's incredible. So, it's just a matter of, am I willing to have the footprint and power and not have to deal with ever doing the gold chain off of chromium? Yeah, I think so. In which case, then I can think about doing circuit 3s. Which is apparently not even coded as circuit 3. What is it coded as, actually? You. It is coded as processing unit. Circuit board 3 is a processing unit. That is what it's coded as. Having a look at this, we are making optical fiber, we are making microchips, we are making circuit board 2s. We are making solder. We would need processors, resistor 3s, capacitor 3s, SMD diodes, inductor 3s, mounted circuit substrate, and gold plates. Now, I think I've gone through all of this before and determined that the only real thing that we can't get was the gold. Have nylon, have tin, have copper, can make fiberglass, need to make epoxy on that, otherwise I have all of these. Epoxy, glass fibers, have all of that, so I can do glass fibers. Epoxy, 2 ways of getting it, collagen, I hate you. Best recipe, well, most efficient recipe, uses the collagen, which is sad. Epichlorohydrin, oleochemicals, glycerol. I want to avoid that, actually, so maybe... Well, looks like I'm not avoiding that, actually, on the epichlorohydrin. What is the bisphenol A? That's so much better. That is so much better, yeah. I think I'm doing epoxy in this recipe. Now you're overflowing with ash, what do you do after voiding items and getting ash? Well, what you can do, if you have too much ash, is you can then burn the ash. So, if you are overflowing on your ash, you can burn the ash. The burners will end up with a result output on the ash. What you can do if you're not using loaders is that. And it will feed ash back in. What I prefer doing is a setup similar to this. Have fuel in on one side, have what you're voiding on the other, and feed the ash outputs from here into the middle one, and this middle one will exclusively void ash. You could also make rich clay, yeah, but you're never going to have a problem with rich clay if you do, I think it's tar to rich clay, or whatever. What is this? Yeah, it's, if you do tar to, I forget the name of this recipe, actually. It's not actually called rich clay. I think it's called CO2, actually tar to CO2. It gives you a little bit of aromatics, it gives you a little bit of CO2, but it gives you all the rich clay that you will need through tar. Oh, and it gives you a lot of flue gas, so hey, more ash! So yeah, I set up units of this in order to do voiding without... And you can just set them up right next to each other without any gap in between. And that's just a basic unit. This doesn't use loaders. I tend to use loaders though, so it's same concept, just with loaders instead of the inserters. And then if I was using Bob's adjustable inserters, which you can use with Pyanodons, you can have an inserter that has the input and output on the same tile. So that's what you can do with ash. Of course, if I was bringing in a line of ash to void, then it's, you don't need to like do any feeding back. Then this sort of a setup, if you are voiding ash, doing this is perfectly valid. Just feeding into each other, that's fine. Any reason why I'm using the red loaders? Not particularly. It's because I have the red loaders, and the red loaders are cheap. Red loaders are cheap, and I occasionally need the red loaders for some stuff that makes it easier on outputs of some things into chests. So I'm using I have red loaders in my inventory to use for any time I'm trying to output more than 15 per second of something into a chest from a single entity. I need them like down where I'm using speed modules here. Like this thing, I think actually outputs more than 15. I don't know why I'm not using reds on those, but just suffice to say, there are some instances where I do need greater than 15. So if I'm going to be carrying around the reds anyway, I may as well not carry around the yellows. And the reds, the deadlocks loaders for the reds are a yellow plus small parts. So it's essentially just the yellow with a few small parts more. I consider that incredibly cheap, and it's the reason why I only really started using them after starting to actually automate my red belts. Speaking of red belts, this is going to be painful for me to do this, but I think it's time. I think it's time to to do that and say goodbye. Time to say goodbye. To my yellows. Okay, lard. Where am I putting it is the first question. I wanted to put it in a 2x2 square. So I'm going to need to place down at one of my 2x2 blueprints up here. So how long until blue belts are the new standard? Well, blue belts will require circuit 3s. So a while. Actually, they require special small parts, which is the that's what the bottleneck is. It's the special small parts on the circuit 3s, or the express. Oh no, it's not only the special small parts. It is the super alloy and the super steel. Oh, as if that wasn't enough, it is the super alloy and super steel. It's circuit board 2s on the splitter, but super alloy... Wait, why are you stainless steel on the express splitter when it's super steel on the underground and the belt? That should be super steel, not stainless. Sorry. Sorry to everyone who is used to having this be stainless steel, but that needs to be super steel. When Pyanodon eventually watches this and gets to this point in the video and pays attention, yes, the express splitters should be super steel and not stainless steel. And then special small parts are also a massive pain in the rear. What tab do they exist under again? Industry? Petroleum handling? Petroleum handling. Yeah. And more super steel. And grease! It's grease! Gets used in here. We've got rubber end belts and glass fibers, which are involved in circuit 3s. We've got N-bit matrix, so something that's using Nexalit. Advanced small parts, of course. Aluminium, super steel, and grease. It actually doesn't look so bad. Now I'm looking at this, it's like, what's new here? N-bit glass fibers, aerogel, super steel, and grease. Well, grease I can make now. Glass fibers I can make now. Probably could make the N-bit matrix now. So I might be able to actually make these now as soon as I can make super steel. Which molten super steel would be vanadium. I can do particle accelerator vanadium. Yeah, I can do that. I could do this anytime, actually. No, I'm thinking about it. It's the super alloy. That's the thing. It's like, I can already foretell that I'm going to need a lot of super alloy. Mu-3. Molybdenum trioxide. Oh joy. Oh bliss. Molybdenum trioxide. And helium-4. It's a lot of things, but when looking at it, it's like, well, we've got chromium, we've got limestone, we've got Nexalit, we've got sand casting, we have the ability to do the fuel rods at any point, we have the ability to do the vanadium at any point, we've technically got the molybdenum trioxide, have aramid, have nickel, helium. That's like the only thing here that I don't have. So realistically speaking, I can get both of those things. But I want to work on lard. Why do I want to work on lard, of all things? I want to work on the lard. Also, why haven't you brought the thingy? Lard is used in collagen and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the top recipe is salt and ash. Right, I wanted 21. That's 7, right? That's a multiple of 7. 7 by 3. Oh, that's perfect! Oh, that is nice. It's 10, but it's really good spacing. Really convenient spacing. Yeah. Sure. We'll do 40! 40 Muckmo pastures! 40 Muckmo pastures! Or Muckmocks, or however the heck you want to pronounce it. That's one thing to do with ash, by the way. That's one way to get rid of your ash. Spare ash. And salt. And mushrooms and Relesia. I will note, however, that it's probably better to just do this one. That is only 10 per second out for reference. That's why I'm going to do this. Prepare, yeah. Prepare for maximum Twinkies. Sadly, I can't. Sweets like that are not on my agenda. I can't actually eat those anymore. / haven't had anything like that in a very long time. Actually, 2 years. It has been 2 years that I have been on my low-carb / ketogenic diet. It has officially been over 2 years, as of like the 18th of August this month. So, little over 2 years now being on this diet. Haven't really lost any weight in recent times, but like over the past half year at least. But I am down like 170 from what I was at when I started the diet 2 years ago. Lost nearly half my body weight so far. I'm really want to get down to 183 so that I can just say that I've lost half my body weight. But no, still 10 pounds away from that. So, the Faugi 571, that's the easy part. Also, I've got like a ton more space in here. Do I want to... In fact, I've only used half of this. Less than half of this. Let's see. Relesia is done... The Relesia seeds is done in these. Relesia seeds. You need how many again? 34, okay. 34-ish, 10. 34.29. You can do productivity, right? Yes. $20.68. I think either way we're going to be over 20 here on the Relesia per second. Speaking of Relesia, please bring me my Relesia plantations. Whoa. 468 in storage. Okay, yeah, bring me a few of those. A few of those. Take those away. Won't need them. Don't think I need them. Need more factories, though. You bringing me these? Slowly but surely. So 10. I don't think I forgot to limit a chest because I knew that this is exactly what I was going to be doing, which is placing down, like, vomiting them. So I'm not limiting my Faugi for this exact reason as well, the mushroom plantations, just because I know that I've got a blueprint of 160 Faugi plantations that I want to just be able to plop down and know that I have enough Faugi plantations. In fact, I can plop it down twice and still have enough plantations, as long as the chest is full. But I think I'm transitioning to, like, this now. These setups. I think it's, how many are in between these two? 84. So yeah, 4 of these. AKA a 2x2. AKA a 2x2. A 2x2 works. Oh yeah, I totes have, like, backed up Faugi. Am I backed up on Relesia too? I am. So do I really need to place more? I think I do want to. So this all here is used to make aromatics, which is being used to make lubricant, which I am apparently somehow, in some way, am managing to be backed up on lubricant. By some grace of God, we are backed up on lubricant. But not forever will I be backed up on lubricant. And not forever will I be backed up on aromatics. But the question is, do I then scale up the stuff when that happens? And just leech for now? I guess I can just leech for now. Screw it. Screw it, we're leeching. We are leeching. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here and shove those in to remind me to set up a 2x2 of Relesia. You there, give me these? Yes, problem for future me. Do I want these here? Probably not. I want them there. Sure. We can still share the thing with the Muckmo. Why did he not? So, a construction bot stole a thingy and went away. It's like, but this is the closest storage chest. What? skipped frames? Oh noes. Oh noes, I had skipped frames. I think that's more like the game is not behaving. Because this mod package is using assets of far too high of quality. Or at least far too big in size. Oh hey, they're placing things. That is 10, right? Yes. Okay, let's do... Right, this is another one of those instances where I need to make sure that I check on the throughput of stuff. And then power. Always need power. Request all the release, yeah? Keep my robots busy. Then super happy fun times by having to put down all the requester chests up here. In fact, I'm going to be like, hey, give me lots of extra stuff. And then, whoops, copy, paste, paste, paste. How about this? Oh, why? Why? Oh, that sucks so much. Oh, that sucks. I had a nice little plan. And then it went and ruined it for me. I had this nice little plan where I could just go with the length of the stuff at the same position all the way down. But no. No, we're not gonna do that for the Otaku. No, not one bit. Oh, and then there's, of course, the concept of having to also reverse it. Alright, that will do. All the busy bots. Oh, and apparently I need one more. One more. There we go. Power! The Mokmoks! Moes, they're moving! They're giving me lard. Glorious lard, all of the lard. Lots and lots and lots and lots of lard. Wait a minute. Boink! Am I willing to accept that? It doesn't matter, really. It's like salt. Like, that's the only thing that really makes it matter, is it reduces it from 11.43 to 8 for the same amount of buildings, but it also reduces dramatically the amount of lard. I don't know, I don't see the point, really. Big increase in power draw as well. Look at all my lovely things moving here. To take care of 40 muckmocks. Moes. Mokeson. So, why did I do that for lard? Just so that I have it. It is used in oleochemicals, and I think collagen. Excuse me. It's not coded as lard, it's coded as fat. Fat is the name of the recipe. I could get it through bones and steam in small, very, very small amounts. Wow, serious? Oh, right, that's just the normal recipe, and then all the other recipes. So there's no alternative lard means. So it's used in oleochemicals. It's used in whatever the heck this says. Malts. Malts. Rations. What the hell are you used for? Serine. For alien bacteria. Mark 1. Which is used in Resilin and ethanolamine. Ethanol. Ethanolamine! Ethanolamine! Which is high purified gas. Oh, this... I have a feeling I know where this is going. I have a feeling I know where this is going. This is going the route of helium! Helium! Hey, it's the helium chain. Wow. Okay. Well, that would be a way. Yeah, so alien bacteria is how you're getting helium, I guess. I guess that's the primary method. Wait, why is there no crafted in? There's no crafted in. That means this doesn't exist. That means this isn't enabled or initialized, so actually, I take that back. But this isn't... Wait, what? There's no crafted in on the alien bacteria. I find that very odd. Very odd indeed, especially when the bacteria is needed for like Resilin and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, why are you not reporting a crafted in machine? Oh, hello. You are another biotic thing. Gamouts. What are they? That is a good question. Assembling Machine 3. Are you kidding? Yeah, let's just casually have something that needs super alloy and special small parts. And speed modules. Okay. Sure. It's like, well, I have steel, I have gasifiers, I have Nexlit, I have niobium, I have small parts, but assembling machine 3. Okay. I've got the modules and the stainless steel, not the special small parts or the super alloy, which are going to require super steel. And like vanadium. And hey, look, hey, helium, yeah, helium, that's, a thing. Now, I'm pretty sure that this might have an infographic already on the Pyanodon forum thread thing, the Imgur link that has a whole bunch of infographics. Helium through the liquid clean air, I think, is the idea to kickstart this. Cold air, pure air. Yeah, I think that's the idea here. So you're taking pressured air and activated carbon to get purified air, taking liquid nitrogen in, getting nitrogen back out of it, so you can sort of cycle that just fine. It uses some gasoline, though. Cold air for cold, clean air with biofilm in filters, give you a tiny bit of petroleum gas. The biofilm rayon, that's the pain in the butt here. Hey look, more carbonyl sulfide needed. Oh joy. Oh joy. But ignoring that. Cold clean air. Oh look, it's heavy p-doped silicon. I'm going to need to do this anyway, because you're going to be needed for processor cores for circuit 3s. But yeah, liquid clean air, more gasoline use. Liquid clean air into dry gas stream, excuse me. One unit. 1 unit per craft. How about that? One whole unit of helium. Oh joy. Oh joy. One whole unit of dry gas stream. Single unit. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun, dealing with that. Helium processing, I think, is also part of, like, the, fusion stuff for energy generation, so there's that, too, to bear in mind. Of course, I'm looking at all of these chains here. Chances are I'm going to be doing tutorial videos on all of them, which means I'm going to have to break them down anyway on my own time, wrap my head around them so that I can make those videos about all of it. So even though we're sort of exploring here now to get a first idea for seeing it, I will get more knowledgeable as time goes on, especially once I start getting into that higher tech sort of chains for doing the various tutorials for Pyanodons that I'm planning. Right now, though, the focus is the ores. Yeah, why would anyone bother with fusion when you have mushroom plantations? Yeah, when you have a single 160 unit mushroom plantation giving you a freaking 1.2 gigawatts of power potential out of it. It's like, how to convert 160 mushroom farms into 1.2 gigawatts. Well, this is how you do it. This is how you do it using, like, Mark II stuff. You convert it to coal, 4 yellow belts of coal equivalent. Shove it out, convert that coal into coke. All of the coke on the planet, which is theoretically enough to feed all of this going. It looks like there's some bottlenecks, though. I think there's bottlenecks in the loading somewhere. Anyway, 1.2 gigawatts off of that. I will. This will be another part of the whole my research into all of the fusion energy stuff. Is saying, well, what's the actual outputs of energy for fusion? Because I'm just going to point out that particle accelerators are used for more than just making things out of other things at the cost of extra power. Like the recipes that we have now, that I currently have access to, it's not actually what they end up really being used for. They are used to make actual intermediates for stuff later on, and consider that even with efficiency modules, each one of these machines is 20 megawatts for a particle accelerator, and it's going to be used to make intermediates. And they're going to be used to make antimatter, which is like... What's the fuel value on antimatter again? It's like 50 gigawatts or something, or 500 gigawatts or something like that. It's huge. It's huge. Huge amounts of fuel value on antimatter. But the diamagnetic material used in Mark III's Mark III stuff? Yeah, this stuff is made in particle accelerators. So we have an ingredient that's used in some really important Mark III items here. Gasifier 3s, classifier 3s, advanced foundry 3s, some really important stuff here at Mark III is using diamagnetic material that is only made in particle accelerators, and these guys default to 100 megawatts of power use. There is nothing that is UPS friendly in Pyanodons, frankly. The whole thing is a UPS sink. Can you use antimatter in trains and cars? See, that I don't know. Where is my nearest car? So you can tell because when you hover over the fuel slot, it shows you what fuels you can use. But I'm pretty sure antimatter does come with a acceleration boost on it, like 250%, something like that. But we shall see. Hello. Guess who uses a solar panel mod if it comes to it? It would help. It could help. Car. So the answer of can cars use antimatter is no. Cars cannot use antimatter. Cars can use nuclear fuel. They can use the Mark V fuel rods, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. But no antimatter for them. Sadly, no antimatter for cars. And thank you for the follow. We now are 3 follows from the necessary minimum for affiliate status with that one. Okay. I should be looking at collagen. Now we've taken that brief break. So, collagen... Was it the acetic acid? Methanol? That's a tempting recipe. I like the idea of getting petroleum and methanol, but... Oh, I don't like the idea of using that. I do not like the idea of oleochemicals for that. This one I like. This I like. Okay. This is in gasifiers. Yes, this recipe I am really enjoying the concept of. So, bring me some gasifiers. Why do I need methanol? I need the methanol so I can make my beautiful acetic acid, so that I can make some beautiful, beautiful collagen. Oh, that's something I'm probably not... Oh, it just crossed my mind. I am probably not currently automating Zapier. Zapier artificial reefs. I don't think I'm automating those right now. So let me go plop down a thingy for them. A wonderful, wonderful thingy at my mall. Because I really don't think I have any... Oh, go away. Alright, excuse me, but no, you. You are the Zapier artificial reefs, which are... here. Okay. I apparently have 2 chests for Elysia. Yeah, I have all that. I have all that. That's fine. So, Zapier, and I do not want it limited. This is another one of those things. Like, most biotic stuff is... you need, like, crap tons of the actual machines. So, I'm not even going to bother. What are you limited by? Really? Why are you limited by advanced small parts? Like, surely... surely we have... enough advanced small parts for you. Like, look, 500. Just sitting around here. Take them. Use them. Make me Mark II Tholen plants, or Tholen atmospheric extractors. Please, please give me more atmospheric extractors. I really can use the acetylene and the chlorine and the propene and maybe even the ethylene at some point. Yeah, I can use the extractors, guys, to make chlorine in particular. And in fact, I should have a tank. I should be filling a tank of chlorine because I'm using them for this. Let's not forget that I have ethylene glycol up here being made. Everything that I'm doing with this collagen at this point, which I am continuing to work on. It's all so that I can get some wonderful and glorious stuff. Drilling fluid 2. Drilling fluid 2 and 3, technically, is what I am working towards, so that I can stop using a mod that I created that allows you to ground bore all of the ore types using just lubricant, using only lubricant. It changes it so, or yeah, so it will, by removing that mod, it will require drilling fluid 1, 2, and 3 again as normal. But I wanted to have the opportunity to set up my drilling fluid first before making that transition, because that transition was made in the middle of my playthrough. Thank you so much, Pyanodon. I wanted to have the opportunity and not have everything be broken currently, because, you know, the theme that I am going for on this particular playthrough at this point in time is to make everything out of nothing. Everything that can be made out of nothing should and must be made out of nothing. Or, by nothing, I mean water and space. So, basically pi block without the block. Without the gigantic ocean and space limitations. So, pi block without a space limitation. And that's just an arbitrary decision to not use the non-renewable resources of the ore patches. And it's convenient because the way that I like to play, I would prefer playing with like an infinite resource nodes. I'm the type of person who likes playing with Angel's Infinite Ores and using and planning around that. Even though I know the map is like effectively infinite in size and scope, and you can go out and explore and move to additional ore patches, I don't like actually doing the physical moving of the ore patches. That's just not something that I enjoy doing. So I'm going to stick with what I've got here. Whoops. Alright, you there. Yeah, and then you have to deal with the fact that you've then got outposts way out in the middle of nowhere that also needs logistics to and from, and they don't last forever, so they're not inherently automated. They're automated until they run out, and then they're no longer automated, and then everything breaks, and then you're stuck with everything being broken. I think I need the extra syngas that this will provide. That is quite a lot of stuff. I mean, I've got quite a lot of stuff. I mean, I can ignore the organic matter. I cannot ignore the Nexilate. I cannot ignore the Nexilate here. Alright, well, we've got about 15 minutes left in the stream today, so how about this? How about setting up infinite Nexilate production from power? So how does one do that? I actually was thinking about doing this anyway because I need saline water too. So you get Nexilate out of tailings. Why are you not showing me tailings? There. Product of tailings from wastewater. Yeah, no. Product of stuff and things and more things and more things. The best way, in my opinion, of getting a lot of tailings is to convert tar. I'm pretty sure that that is the best way. It is a byproduct of a lot of things, but I think the most convenient in my current state of things and how I have things set up is that it is best to do one of these two recipes. Void whatever ore it gives, because you're not actually doing these recipes for ore. You're doing it for tailings, and you're doing it for flue gas, and you're doing it for saline water. Flue gas will give you the ash. Saline can be used to make salt, as well as feed zipiers and make chlorine and all that other good stuff. Make hydrogen chloride plus phosphoric acid. Or phosphine, or whatever it is. What is it again? This recipe, phosphine into phosphoric acid. Phosphine plus saline into HCl, oxygen, and phosphoric. This is a really good recipe. I highly recommend that recipe. Thing is, though, I am already doing this. So allow me to show you the beauty that is my saline plant. So my saline plant is, you know, just the casual 160 mushroom farms converted into coal, converted into tar and coal gas. The extra coal gas is going into my coal gas line, as well as being vented. I'm currently not doing anything with this flue gas, partly because I didn't really need the flue gas. Didn't really need the ash, and making ash out of flue gas, I believe, uses filtration media, if I'm not mistaken. And I've got plenty. But currently, as you can see, this is like 900-ish per second of tailings. 460 something on saline water out of these 4 quenching towers. And I think it's time I actually do something with the tailings. And I do have this behind an overflow valve, so I actually thought ahead. Oh my god, I actually thought ahead. Let's see, I think it's... What is it again? Washers? First? What's the first step of Nextlet? I think it's washers. I'm just gonna pull washers. Sure. So Nextlet. La-dee-dee-dee-da, where are you? Way down here. Okay. This is also... No, it is evaporators. Evaporators for the tailings. I could also, you know, because I have enough lubricant and coal gas and I'm currently doing this, I'm trying to get away from the ground boring, actually, on the Nextlet, because it's not actually required. And the amount of space used to make enough lubricant or not even lubricant, Nextlet uses drilling fluid 2? Just the space for the drilling fluid 2 to fuel Nextlet as well as the coal gas to fuel this, when you can just make it out of tailings, it's a significant difference, and I would say that actually the Nextlet's probably the better option. So, evaporators... Apparently it gives tailings dust as well. Potentially. Tailings dust as well. Interesting. Evaporators, then washers. And then there's further processing that can be done. So, that was the washers. I need my evaps. Because that's step 1. Is evaps. They should be relatively quick at bringing me them, because they are close by. I said relatively quick at bringing me them, because they are close by. There's 2. I think 2 is all I need, actually. 2 may be all I really need. Lots of things. We're going to ignore vanadium. For reference, we are ignoring vanadium. What am I looking for again? Raw and excellent. That's what I'm looking for. One of you is 8. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, one of you is 800. So clearly, between two of you, we're good. Right? I think we're good between the two of these. And then the tailings dust. Can I, like, do anything with this of value? Zip. Hippo blood. Hippos. Yes, hippos. Or blue liquor or whatever. I'm probably not... Oh, I might need it for that, though. Can turn it into coal dust. I'm just going to void it. Void it. Do I happen to have a decent burner line? I do. Copy. Paste. Alright, you. Tailings dust. That side. There we go. You should be requesting that. Yep. Good. We're good. That shouldn't exist. Okay, then it's the washers. Washing time. Make me some clean that nextlet. We've got, what? A little over 2 raw, so 2 of those machines. Nice how it is able to feed back some tailings for me. It is quite nifty to feed back the tailings for me. Then water everywhere. Give me all of that water. That is so sad how that aligns. What happens if I need a third? I don't know. I really don't know. Wow, you made a lot for only 40% chance. Like, seriously? Like, you made a lot for just 40% chance. Anyway, power the stuff. These are giving clean nextlet. Now, from here, everything is going to be new. So, clean nextlet. I have the ability to just straight up make it into plates with some hot air. Or we can go the route of the whole grade 1 and so on and so forth. So jaw crushers into grade 1. from clean. Let's see, grade 3 is going to give 2 plus rejects and screeners. So, jaw crusher, screener, jaw crusher, screener, secondary, jaw crusher, screener, secondary. I need space. Like, I need some space. I wanted to keep it, like, in here, but that's obviously not gonna happen. Jaw Crusher 2, Jaw Crusher 2. I am obviously gonna not finish this today, for reference. When there's only 4 minutes left. Bring me Jaw Crushers. Bring them. They should be right over here. Unless they're... Hello, kitty. They're coming from way the hell way the hell far away. Way far away. Screeners. That should bring them on the way. Technically, I think. And then... secondary crushers, I think I saw those. Pretty sure the way this works is that it does put the order in. So as long as I stay within the network, they should go and pick it up and deliver it to me, even though I have changed what I'm requesting. We shall see. So, what got done today, as I start to wrap things up, I guess in the meantime... oh, great. Wonderful. I don't even have those anymore on me. And by those, I mean the, these. May as well place this and make things move for now. Making clean Nextlit with the addition of hot air. Hot air, regenerative heat exchanger, and thingy. Regen heat exchanger. Where are you? Stone bricks. Why you do this to me? Regenerative heat exchanger, bring me. I know I've made you. I forget where I put you though. That's the thing. So what got done today? Primarily, today was all about setting up Molten Chromium. The Molten Chromium from our chromite. It actually looks like I don't even have enough. Oh my goodness. I seem to have miscalculated. It seems I need more. That's fine by me. I am okay with needing more. I'm okay with needing more. So I transitioned by adding Molten Chromium. I also put down this guy, Advanced Foundry, to make Nichrome out of the Molten Nickel that I am currently making, and my Molten Nickel that I have Chromium and Nickel. It's somewhat slow due to the current nickel processing. I need to go over and improve that. Also, we officially have all the Ferrochromium Alloy. I just want to point that out. It's like, oh, we have all of it? Yes, all of it. So now all of the stainless steel exists. I'm fully backed up now on the stainless steel because it was somewhat limited by the amount of ferrochromium alloy coming in, I think. So yeah, that's the thing. Now making all of it through the power of molten iron and molten chromium. And then decided to transition and build out a big area of lard with Relesia seeds down at the bottom here. So giving our wonderful logistic bots something more to do in a 2x2 area. Realistically speaking, I probably could have fit all this in 3 1x1s rather than in a single 2x2 to save some space, but whatever. This will move on the assumption that I have enough ash and I have enough salt. I probably, for the record, don't have enough salt. Throughput. We shall see. In the long run. Did I end up getting that heat exchanger? Yes. I did. So the last thing I'm going to do here is just bootstrap some hot air, basically, to use for this. Pretty sure I'm carrying around these guys for the pressured air that gets used in this, and I have you for that, you for that, load, unload, power, stone bricks. Bring me some stone bricks, please. And get rid of that stone. Power, I said power that. This doesn't use too much hot air. And then output into that. And we will be good. We will be great. Things will be awesome as my stone bricks start coming. There we go. It's alive! Somewhat. It's somewhat alive. It uses only 10 per second, so it's like, do I really need to keep throwing stone bricks in? Probably not. So, with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. I have extended Nextlit, technically, although I do want to do better Nextlit processing. Probably just going to throw the clean Nextlit into the circuit network and do things based on the network. Probably like over here or something. I don't know. So yeah, thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/otakushowboat to leave a follow, and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live. I will be live on this Friday, tomorrow, at the usual time, 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and then starting this next week, Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. Hope to see you all on the next one. Also, the question of the day today is, what games are you looking forward to? That is the question of the day. I sort of forgot it completely at the start of the day. So, in the comments, go ahead, tell me what upcoming releases are you looking forward to the most. Of course, I am looking forward the most to Pokemon, Sword and Shield, Planet Zoo, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Those are like the top 3. Plus the remake of Harvest Moon Wonderful Life coming out for Switch. Those are like the top things that I am looking forward to most. So let me know your thoughts below. And yeah, I will hopefully see you all on the next one.